All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show. So guys, we're heading towards a perfect storm right now. Now, I want to warn you before starting this video that we'll actually be focusing on some pretty heavy topics all at once, but it's important to show what we could be heading towards so that we can all mentally prepare for it. The summation of all the news that I'll be sharing will play a role in gold and silver being supported. Now, we already have writers saying that the price of gold and silver need more bad news in order for it to continue its ascent. Well, with everything that I'm going to share with you guys, I'm pretty sure the jury won't be out for too long in the case of gold and silver. But first, if you're new to this channel, please hit that big red subscribe button right down below. Also, please hit the like button. Helps to get this economic evangelism right on out there to the masses to bring more people into precious metals. Okay, so by now, this is old news, but the implications of Warren Buffett's purchase of Barrick Gold is telling as far as his sentiment is concerned regarding the prospects of the economy. Now, to be fair, Buffett sold bank stocks in addition to purchasing gold, but he still has positions in Bank of America. Still, it makes one wonder if this hedge was made in the face of a maelstrom of unfortunate events that will soon be pummeling Americans in the coming months. So let's first take a look at one industry in particular. A flood of job losses looms as airline industry struggles in this current environment. I can't say that word because of YouTube. So let's have a look. Let's get started. Just as the US labor market shows signs of recovery, tens of thousands of airline workers are preparing themselves for economic pain from the current environment that we live in to come in the months ahead. US airlines have warned more than 75,000 employees that their jobs are at risk on October 1st, when the terms expire on a $25 billion federal aid package that protects passenger carrier workers' paychecks, about a month before Election Day on November 3rd. Despite the recent job gains in the US, the Department of Labor earlier this month said 16.3 million Americans are out of work. A push by airline labor unions and later company executives to include another $25 billion for airline payrolls to keep jobs through the end of March has won bipartisan support from lawmakers and from President Donald Trump. But Congress and the White House have failed to reach an agreement on a new national aid package that could include the additional airline support. The trouble in the airline industry and lack of a new aid package have left employees in limbo. U.S. passenger and cargo carriers together employ around 700,000 people, but other jobs could be at stake. The industry supports some 10 million jobs, according to Airlines for America, a trade group that represents large U.S. carriers. Those include more than 6 million jobs in tourism and hospitality. Quote, "We do recognize that there is fairly significant spillover into the economy from the issue," said David Leibovitz, global market strategist at JP Morgan Assessment Management. He says, again, you're not paying for gas in your car, and then you're not going out and buying a sandwich at lunchtime. Without a new stimulus bill in Congress, airline workers could face lower unemployment benefits than in previous months and a bleak job market if they are let go after the airline and aid terms expire after September 30th. Trump earlier this month ordered a $400 unemployment benefit boost, $300 from the federal government. Congress has left for recess, but could return before September if an aid package is reached. Now, I believe they have actually returned this week to talk about the U.S. Postal Service. But let's continue. Anyone who is losing their job now is looking at a job market that is really unfavorable to them, said Sarah Nelson, president of the Association of Flight Attendants, CWA. Okay, so, and with this specific industry, this is just the airline industry, guys. As people grapple with the possibility of job loss, they also worry about what it means for this. Now, California judges lift the Roni's eviction ban. Eviction moratorium ends midnight, September 1st. So we have a problem right now with the possibility of evictions coming around the pike. So let's take a look here and see what we can glean from this. The Judicial Council of California on Thursday voted to end the statewide eviction moratorium next month, reopening courts to landlords and pressuring Governor Gavin Newsom and lawmakers to address a potential housing crisis. Courts will be allowed to process evictions after midnight, September 1st, although a patchwork of more than 100 local laws could prevent delinquent tenants from being displaced. Most Bay Area counties and cities have passed renter protections during the Roni's, although many are scheduled to expire in August. So far, it seems, guys, like the end of Q3 and the beginning of Q4 in 2020 is setting itself up to be a really big mess. Right now, gold and silver are pretty much rising with all of this tension happening right now economically. But as far as right now, this might be even a good time to still grab some silver. Well, at least I might be planning to grab some more silver before things get compounded. Now, also take a look at this. Teacher creates national database of Roni's related school closings, cases, and deaths. So guys, I actually have a link to this database right here. And what I'll do is I'll have this linked in the description for you guys so you can actually stay abreast of what might be happening in school zones near where you guys actually may reside. Now, if it's one thing I know, the fall and winter seasons for schools are going to be a complete mess. Believe it or not, I was actually on track to become a teacher back in the day. One of the first things that they tell you as a student teacher working with young kids in elementary school is that you should expect to get sick. Even if kids even if kids or teachers come down with the common cold or the flu, I'm sure the confusion will actually stoke anxiety in schools because people won't know if that person actually has the Roni's, the common cold, or the flu. And with news like this being aggregated in this kind of a database, and it continues to pile on, I'm sure the anxiety is going to reach a fever pitch in this country by the time we hit flu season. And we might have something like this. There's a paywall here, but that's not important. This is just a representation of things that I've been seeing in the news in this headline, fearing a twin-demic. So what that essentially means is there's a prospect of the flu mixing with the Roni's. And the idea is that it will be harder to fight off the effects of the Roni's if you already are fighting against the flu because your body is already, pretty much has taken a hit. So this is something that will also be coming down the pike in the fall. Again, a lot of this is coming at the end of Q3, and it's going to be taking place in Q4 of 2020. Now, guys, this can be a lot to take in all at once. However, again, I would be remiss not to share what I've been finding as it pertains to gold and silver's continued uptrend. Now, I expect school and economy reclosures this fall. It's only a matter of time, essentially. And we have to, deal with the confusion, in addition to this, that a twin-demic could cause on our economy. But I'm sure investors will begin to see the writing on the wall and jump headfirst into safe havens like gold and silver soon. I mean, in fact, we kind of seen it today with the spike in prices. But guys, let me know what you think about all of this information in the comment section below. Do you think that end of Q3, Q4 2020 is going to be a growth time in gold and silver prices? Do you think that all of this happening in that period of time is going to really negatively impact the US economy? Let me know what you guys think. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's Black Bullion.